Dear Sanjay, this is a moment of shock and utmost grief for us. Your guidance, feedback, and positive energy in difficult situation has had an invaluable impact on my professional career. We will really miss you. I pray that you rest in peace.
This news was very bad when I heard it. I was not able to believe what is happening. When I got a call from Shreya and a call from Arjun both in the morning, and I saw there was a 5-6 missed call, I was really worried what happened. And just that Shreya said that Jyoti Sanjay is no more with us. So it was very, very heartbreaking and very saddening. I was just not believing, and I still don't believe that he is not with us. I still feel as if he will come. The only thing is that wherever he is, however he is, just may his soul rest in peace. And whatever were his dreams from office also, whatever he needed to fulfill it, I think somebody should take it over and fulfill all those things.
My association with Sanjay has been for almost 11 years, and it has been a wonderful experience working with him. Well, he was a person full of smiles, laughter, joy, very cheerful. He always had an open door policy. Be it professionals, young and old, everybody used to approach him for advice. He was a counselor, he used to advise people. And he was a major source of inspiration for all of us. It was wonderful working with Sanjay. There's lots that I've learned. There's such a fruitful association with him. It's a great loss for us, for all of us at KPMG. Really miss his smile, his warmth, his laughter, and he has helped me grow in KPMG quite a bit. And I really owe it to Sanjay. My prayers are especially with uncle and auntie and with Sanjay's family, that they are able to bear this irreparable loss and they're able to tide over this moment of grief.
I am deeply saddened by the loss of a true mentor. Sanjay hired me into the firm and was always there to guide me over the past several years. I will always remember Sanjay as a true mentor and a distinguished human being. I express my sincere condolences to Sanjay's family and loved ones.
Sanjay was a great friend. Always positive, always ready to help. I really miss his smiling face. He's given his life to the firm till his death. And we really miss him. My condolence to his family. From the bottom of my heart, Sanjay, we really miss you.
Sanjay was a good friend and a good mentor. We were there together last week in Dubai, spending, good and memorable time. Who knew what's going to happen to him? I wish we could spend more time. There was so much to learn from him. Always jovial and always there when you needed him. You'll be missed, Sanjay. We love you a lot.
Extremely shocking news, and it's very, very, very sad. I came into contact with Sanjay when I joined KPMG. Just about a week back, we were together at a client meeting and we were returning. And I found Sanjay such a humble person, and it looked as if we knew each other for years. I sincerely pray to the Almighty for his soul, for the departed soul to rest in peace, and maybe he was such a blessed soul that even Almighty required him to be back with him.
Hi Sanjay, your untimely death has come as a shock to all of us. You have been not only friend but also a mentor and a guide to me in KPMG. Over the last 2 to 3 years, our friendship has grown bigger and bigger. Sanjay, we'll miss you. Rest in peace. God bless you. Thank you.
It's a feeling of deep sorrow that I'm sitting here today and talking about one of my great friend, Sanjay, who was always there whenever I needed him. He was my guide, mentor for last 11 years. Found him always be very supportive and was there whenever I think there was any challenge. We worked very closely in last 3 years, and his guidance, his oversharing kind of attitude always helped me whenever I was in trouble. Sanjay, we are going to miss you a lot. I'm sure you'll always be as cheering as always wherever you are. Rest in peace, Sanjay.
Sanjay, I really miss you. I can never forget you. You've been a good friend for more than 20 years. You touched on lives of so many people, whether in KPMG, clients loved you, and of course, whoever you came in touch with, you always added value. Sanjay, his USP was that he always would think differently than others and come up with ideas. He's full of ideas, and he's one of the best lateral thinkers that I've come across in KPMG world. We will have to really think about you and say how Sanjay would have thought about this particular client situation, and you'll continue to inspire us for many years to come. You also cared so much about society. There were 20 children that came when you had left, and you were like their father. So society will miss you, but will learn a lot. You taught us even in your death. Again, my deepest condolences for your family. Take care, Sanjay.
Sanjay was a great friend, guide, and a philosopher. He would always be available to us whenever we would reach out to him for any help, be it on a client matter or be it something to do internally within the organization. I remember the day when we reached out to Sanjay when we wanted to host a party within our office, and without batting an eyelid, he immediately took upon himself the entire responsibility of organizing the party, organizing various games therein, and complete event management in that sense. And what a great party it was. Sanjay, we will dearly miss you. Rest in peace.
One can't just believe that Sanjay is no longer with us. I still remember when I joined 4 years back in the firm, he welcomed me and said that, "Aaja bhaiya, saath mein baith ke kaam karte hain." And I got to know him much better when he became part of markets and he started doing stuff as lead partner in Aditya Birla. He was doing that much before, but getting to do a little bit more of that and started working on his enterprise kind of clients. Very passionate, always smiling, always happy-go-lucky, and was one of the biggest foodie that I ever saw, that I know personally speaking. Can't imagine that he's not there. Just on that June 18th, I had lunch with him and Kanchan, and we went to that foundation which he supports, and 2 days later you get to hear that he's no longer with us. My heartfelt sympathies to his family and friends and relatives, and I'm sure that he's still there with KPMG in one way or the other.
I knew Sanjay Aggarwal since about a year when I joined this KPMG. I find him extremely polite person and with human touch. He's very well connected in industry. He is leading one of the private enterprise group of KPMG, and I often met many of the clients and partners with him. I personally felt that I've lost one good friend and mentor. In my interaction with him, I find him very polite in dealing with any situations. For me personally, navigating KPMG was made very easy because he introduced to me a very good senior partners within KPMG in a very short time. I felt very sorry to hear this news that he is no more with us now, and it is very great loss to KPMG as well as to me personally. I have lost a very good friend. At this time of grief, I personally convey my deep condolence to the family on this irreparable loss. Rest in peace, Sanjay Aggarwal. You will remain in our heart always.
Sanjay was a guru, a mentor, a guide to me. He was the one who got me into KPMG, and I worked with him for the last 2.5 years. Day in, day out, every day, the one underlying thought that Sanjay told us was, try and win your client's trust, do what is right for him, be his trusted advisor, and business would follow. I'm fortunate I was a part of the 4 last meetings that he had with the clients a couple of hours before he passed away. And in all the 4 discussions that he had, the underlying thought was, did we win the client's trust? Thanks a lot, Sanjay Bhai, for all your guidance and support. Thank you very much.
I've been working with Sanjay very closely over the last 8-10 months. One of the nicest human beings that I have come across in the firm. He always treated people with so much warmth, always made them feel so comfortable, whether it was a client, whether it was not a client, just a friend, sister, anyone. Some of the simple gestures just left an impact on most of us that he had met. I have learned the biggest lessons of life from Sanjay, and I'm going to miss him deeply. Thank you, Sanjay, for everything that you helped me grow.
Sanjay was one of the great human beings I have ever came across in KPMG. He always considered his team as a family member. He never treated us like an office working employees. So I would just say that he was one of the great person I have came across while working in KPMG.
It's difficult to believe that I'm standing here and talking about Sanjay while he's not with us. I got to know Sanjay about 4 years ago. He was part of the markets team. And as I got to know him better over a period of time, I realized that, what a fine human being he was. Always willing to help, always, with a smile, trying to help people wherever he could. And it was just fun to have him around.
Sanjay's demise has been so shocking and unreal. It took me hours before I could accept the reality. I've known Sanjay for over 20 years. He has been a great friend, a man full of life, always. Our loss can never be made good. We will miss you badly. Rest in peace, my dear friend.
Sanjay was my first boss and a very dear friend. I still remember back in the year 2000 when I joined KPMG and the number of trips we made for the audits in Pune, and he had a knack of putting you at ease. I will truly miss him.
I had known Sanjay for more than 20 years, ever since I joined KPMG in 1995. In the initial stages of my career, he was a great guide and a mentor. I remember trips that we used to do together where I learned a lot from him in the early parts of my career. So thank you, Sanjay, for that. In my second stint, when I became the head of the audit practice, I had the opportunity to work with Sanjay very closely on the Birla account. And one thing that was very unique about Sanjay is the relationships he had with his clients. I remember when the whole world was trying to bid and try and do proposals to win audits, Sanjay was the one who won us some of our biggest audits in the Birla account on the back of his relationships. No proposals, no fee discussions. It's just that they trusted Sanjay, and that's how they appointed KPMG. So once again, Sanjay, thank you very much for all of your support out there and truly unique relationships. As a person, I will always remember Sanjay as somebody who was always filled with joy, always filled with enthusiasm, always willing to try and do something differently, trying to find solutions on how we could work together, how we could all work better. We will greatly miss you, Sanjay, and thank you for everything that you've done for our firm, and thank you for what you've done for me personally.
Words cannot describe the grief I'm feeling, and I cannot imagine the sadness and shock that has been thrust upon our beloved Sanjay's family. Its parents' great fears through life is the loss of one's son or daughter. Unfortunately, the greatest fear was realized on 21st of June 2017. Sanjay, my friend, my brother, my colleague and my partner, was a fun to work. He made drab meetings very lively. I can still recollect his steady, confident walk, always prepared for challenges and to seize opportunities. He was always prepared to discuss an issue or sit back, lend a ear and listen. Sanjay, you will always remain in our hearts forever. May your departed soul rest in peace. Please bless us, guide us for a better future so that we can follow your footsteps. Thank you. All the very best.
This is a time of grief for us at KPMG as we mourn the passing of our dear friend and partner, Sanjay Aggarwal. I had known Sanjay for about 10 years and was always struck by how full of life he was, of how engaged he was with our partners and with our people. He was ready to take on any task, take on any challenge on behalf of the firm and our people. He was a model partner, in fact, a partner of partners. We will miss him and we will look forward to modeling the way we conduct ourselves and the way he did on behalf of all of us.